Have you settled between loneliness and mediocrity? Imagine lying next to someone who looks perfect on paper, but inside your heart feels completely unseen. You post the cute pictures, you go through the motions, but late at night, that quiet voice whispers, "This isn't it." You settled. Not because the person is terrible, not because there's major drama, the fear of being alone felt heavier than staying in something half alive. Tonight on The Healing Space, we're having the honest conversation so many of us avoid. Are most people settle relationships not because they're realistic, them more than mediocrity ever could?
I'm your host, Muyi, and I'm joined by the wise and courageous Stacy for a raw, heartfelt dialogue that might stir something deep inside you. If you've ever stayed when every part of you knew it was time to go, stay with us. This one might be the turning point you've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Welcome, beautiful souls, to The Healing Space. This is the sacred place where we sit with honesty about the things that heal us and the things that quietly hold us back. I'm Muyi, and I'm truly grateful you carved out this time. Thank you for being here. Whether you're on a walk, driving home, or curled up with a cup of tea, this space is about real talk. No judgment, just truth and compassion. Today's episode is one that so many of you have asked for, and I know it's going to touch hearts. Joining me is someone whose journey I deeply admire. She is my friend Stacy. Stacy, you bring such light to these conversations. Tell our listeners what this topic means. Thank you. This topic means everything to me.
Thank you so much, Muyi. I'm really honored to be back in the healing space with you. For me, this topic is personal because I've lived both sides of the fear-driven choices and the freedom that comes when you finally choose yourself.
My hope is that listeners feel less alone in their struggles and more empowered to make braver decisions in love. No one should have to dim their light just to avoid solitude. That's so powerful. Let's ease into this gently but honestly. The big question on the table today: why do so many of us settle? Stacy, I want to start with you. Have you ever settled in a relationship because the fear of being alone was louder than your intuition? Walk us through what that chapter looked like for you. Welcome back to the space. Yes. And it was one of the hardest things I've had to admit to myself. A few years back, I was with someone who was safe, reliable, and checked a lot of boxes. We had a comfortable routine, good conversations on the surface, but emotionally and spiritually, we weren't aligned. I stayed longer than I should have because coming home to silence felt terrifying. I had wrapped so much of my worth in being chosen by someone. When I finally left, the first few months were brutal. Waves of loneliness, self-doubt, even grief. But that space forced me to rebuild from the inside. I started therapy, picked up new hobbies, deepened friendships, and slowly I began to enjoy my own company. That changed everything. Thank you for sharing that so vulnerably, Stacy. It takes courage. For me, it happened in my late 20s. I was with someone kind but emotionally distant. We'd been together for a year and friends kept saying he's a good guy. I convinced myself that passion was for movies, that real love was about stability. Deep down, I knew I was settling because I was scared of being behind, scared of dating again, scared of what people would think. Leaving was painful, but it opened the door to real self-discovery. I hear that so much. So how do we distinguish between healthy compromise, which every relationship needs, and the kind of settlement that slowly erodes your soul? That's such an important line. Healthy compromise feels mutual, respectful, and energizing. You're both growing, even if it's uncomfortable sometimes. Soul-deadening settlement feels like you're shrinking, making excuses, or ignoring that persistent inner voice. One leaves you fuller, the other leaves you quietly resentful and exhausted. Yes, in compromise, there's still excitement and hope. In settlement, there's often a sense of this is as good as it gets. Let's go a layer deeper. Psychologically, why is the fear of loneliness so intense? Humans are wired for connection. It's a survival thing. Lonely brain areas as physical pain. Our ancestors needed the tribe. But here we are in 2026 with ways to connect online, and loneliness feels worse than ever. Driving that. That is such a powerful question, Muyi. I think social media plays a huge role. We're bombarded with curated highlight reels of perfect couples while we sit in our real, messy lives. It creates this illusion that everyone else has it figured out. On top of that, modern life has stripped away a lot of organic community porch conversations, more scrolling. So when a relationship ends or feels off, the void feels massive. And then there's what I call the settlement spectrum. All the reasons we talk ourselves into staying: convenient family pressure, societal timelines, the biological clock, fear of starting emotionally. It stacks up. Let's name some clear red flags. You feel more relieved than excited when they text. You're mentally planning a future that you don't actually want. These hit home for a lot of people. You've stopped pursuing your own growth because they're comfortable with who you are right now. You're staying for the kids, the shared home, the image, or we've been together so long. Deep down, you know your own growth because they're comfortable with who your dreams. You're staying for the kids, your dreams, or your authenticity to keep the peace. We must address it. Those are spot on. And the cost is real. That silent resentment builds into anxiety, depression, even physical health issues. We always push for perfection. You also model for your children or younger people around you that good enough is the standard. That breaks my heart. On the flip side, there's such beauty in chosen solitude. I've witnessed friends who leaned fully into being alone, not as punishment, but as intentional healing. They traveled, built businesses, reconnected with their faith or creativity, and suddenly they became magnetic. Stacy, you've lived this too. I have. That season of aloneness taught me my worth isn't tied to a partner. It gave me clarity, peace, and standards I refuse to lower again. It's liberating. We opened this up to our community, and the responses poured in. Here are a few anonymized stories. Listener 1, Sarah, 34. I've been with my partner for 7 years. He's a good man, provider, but we want different futures, especially around kids. Am I settling? Sarah, first, thank you for your honesty. That biological clock pressure is so heavy for many women. The gentle question I'd offer is, what kind of example do you want your children to see? Sometimes waiting for alignment brings better timing than forcing it. Listener 2, Michael, 29. I hate being alone so much that I stay, even though we fight all the time. Michael, that's incredibly vulnerable. I want you to know you're not alone in that fear. But here's the truth I've learned. You can feel profoundly lonely in a disconnected relationship. Learning to be your own safe place changes the game. Listener 3, Anonymous. I settled for financial security. Now I have the house and the lifestyle, but I feel empty and joyless most days. This one hits hard. Security is important, but joy and peace are non-negotiable in the long run. So, is it ever okay to settle? Never. You deserve the best. I think temporary seasons of working through challenges with intention can be part of growth, but permanent self-betrayal, ignoring your soul's needs, no. That's not love. That's fear wearing love's clothing. Beautifully put. How do you personally know when it's time to leave versus time to heal in place? If your values are fundamentally misaligned, you're walking on eggshells, or you're losing pieces of yourself daily, it's probably time to leave with support. If there's mutual love, respect, and both people are willing to do the work, healing in place, maybe with counts, is worth exploring. I completely agree. Let's turn this into action. Here are practical steps you can start today. First, the 30-day Alone on Purpose challenge. Every single day, carve out at least 60 minutes with just yourself. No dating apps, no binge watching to numb out. Journal, walk in nature, cook a beautiful meal, sit in silence. You'll be amazed at how quickly you start enjoying your own energy. 2 powerful journal prompts to guide you. What am I actually afraid of losing if I walk away from this situation? What does my soul deeply crave? In love, in daily life, and in my future. Practice dating and living with desperation. Fill your cup first. Rich friendships, hobbies that light you up, spiritual practice, career growth. When you're no longer showing up empty, you won't accept crumbs. Build a rich single life, not as a waiting room, but as a beautiful home. The right person then becomes a wonderful addition, not your everything.
If this conversation stirred discomfort in you, good. Discomfort is often the doorway to real healing. You do not have to stay lonely, and you absolutely do not have to settle. Choose the kind of love that chooses all of you, Kadam. And it starts with the love, respect, and care you give yourself. Thank you for trusting us with your hearts today. You are worthy of so much more. And remember, your journey to healing is beautiful. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Are you settling right now, or have you made the powerful choice to choose yourself? We read every single one.
Share this episode with that friend who needs to hear it. Subscribe, leave a review, and join us next time in the healing space. Take gentle care of your hearts. Until next time.